So Friday evening, we were hit with the verdict that Tory Lanez was hit with all three charges that they pressed him on. And I would be I saying I was floored would be an understatement. Saying that I'm surprised would be a gross understatement. I thought Tory Lanez was going to get off. I thought that his defense team did a wonderful job in proving that he had nothing to do with her getting shot in the foot. I feel like this verdict stamped that emotionalism can win over logic in the court of law.
Mm.
What this showed is that feminism can be the most dangerous thing to mankind because this case wasn't won based off of facts.
Mm-mm.
This case was won based off of sympathy.
Mm.
This case was won off of estrogen. You have two separate groups that have been splintered. You have bad bitches, get money niggas, red pill niggas, and pick me's, whatever they like to call us. You know, people who have fun and live in the real world. Then you have the fat, bald-headed undesirables. You got the community activists, if you know what I mean by the community, and a whole bunch of other bozo clowns who are rejected by modern day society and that are rejected because of desirability politics, and they like to weaponize other people's misfortune against men. And that's what you've seen with this Tory Lanez case. You've seen a black man get trumped up on fraudulent charges and two mammies setting him up for the okie doke. You told me believe black women the first time. Well, if I believe black women the first time, that means I had to call you a liar when we went on live. That means I had to call you a liar when we went on Gale. So at some point, you changed your story 3 or 4 times. So if I have to believe you the first time, that means all the other times you spoke, it was a lie. Salute Devani in the chat. How you doing tonight? Looking good. I like that PTR you got going on tonight. And the thing about it was I didn't appreciate that the fact that if you were siding with Tory or you wanted to be a little skeptical or waited for the facts to come out to convict him, you had the feminism undesirable women trying to say that you hate men or that you hate women. They basically said that your opinion, we're going to translate your opinion on you hate women, you don't believe black women, you don't protect women, and you're some type of misogynist. And that's not the case. As a black man in America, I already understand that it's very easy for the court of law to try you on charges and to bring up like bitch ass cases against you.
Mm-hmm.
And to say that is to say that you can't sit here and watch all these police killings in the last 8-9 years where the cop will kill a nigga on camera. They have the evidence that the cop killed a nigga on camera and he still gets off. You cry about that. But Tory Lanez did not have he didn't find the fingerprints, right?
Nope.
On the gun. The
No
gunshot
DNA.
The gunshot residue was more of he was standing next to somebody who fired the shot, not the nigga who fired the shot.
Mm-hmm.
And they still hit him with the charge.
Mm-hmm.
He got convicted.
Mm-hmm.
And you bitch ass mammies, misandrists, bell hooks disciples, okay, walking around here, want equal equality, walking around this motherfucker saying, oh, praise God, y'all were celebrating another black man getting locked up. That's what y'all were celebrating. And it's the same crowd who was celebrating when Kevin Samuels died. It's the same bald-headed, bald-headed, bonnet-wearing, mammy crowd who anytime you can evade accountability and escape owning your bullshit and own being a bold-faced liar, manipulating public opinion and using the Me Too movement and the whole woke agenda to prosecute another black man before we even walk into the courtroom. But one thing I will say, I don't want to curse too much, but fuck this nigga daddy. Tory Lanez daddy with his big blockhead, think what's his dad name? Sunstar? Goofy ass nigga coming up here screaming. See, that's what happened when you have non-FBA foreigners coming to our country thinking that our justice system is going to be fair just because you have all the evidence in your favor. Sir, this was your black American nigga wake-up call. Get away from all the foreign Caribbean flag waving, the flags of corruption that you support, and bring your ass to this country called America and understand that your son has become another victim of this justice system. Don't be over here screaming, talking about God. This is God. This is Rock Nation. This is Jay-Z. We already know it's Rock Nation and Jay-Z. We already know Rock Nation's headquarters is directly attached to the LAPD headquarters in Los Angeles. Did y'all know that?
No, we didn't.
Did y'all know Desiree Perez is a snitch, a known FBI informant? So your favorite rapper, Big Camel Toe Jiggle Lip, Big Camel Toe Hove, is working with the police, hangs out with more feds and snitches and star. You think I got the rap phone? Nigga, Jay-Z got the rap phone. Rock Nation is a rap phone. All right? I done heard niggas going to Rock Nation talking about moving bricks. Next thing you know, they house get hit.
I think Bobby Smurder said something about them setting up Casanova and
a few niggas.
Who else
a few
they
niggas.
say?
If you don't sound Rock Nation, they gonna get your ass. They gonna spin the block and they gonna hit your ass. They need to stop acting like it wasn't a conspiracy. Y'all know Tory Lanez had quarantine radio popping. He was going crazy. Oh man. Listen, Ion, don't you start today. Ion, don't you start today. Don't you start. Don't you start. Suit the Ion. That's when Ion is one who had the historical epic Kanye West Clubhouse interview. Ion X, put some respect on his name. Subscribe to his channel. He's next up in this media space, in this blogger space. He gets to work. He puts the work in and day out on Clubhouse. He has crazy numbers. Salute to Ion. But listen, Tory Lanez is not guilty. They set him up with these BS charges. And I'm not saying that I didn't want justice. What I'm saying is that Meg got on the stand. She lied. Other people lied on the case. They didn't test her for gunshot residue. It's a whole bunch of shit. The prosecution fumbled, mishandled, misappropriated, didn't have it organized, didn't have their shit together, called witnesses they thought were star witnesses. They end up speaking for Tory. You had other witnesses that didn't show up on time. Your case fell apart and your case completely fell apart in everybody's faces. You had lawyers for workers coming out here. You had Milagro coming out here. You had the other Megan, some white lawyer. She was coming out here. I forgot her name. But you had a lot of media outlets coming out here speaking on it, right? So what I was getting from it was from the day-by-day court proceedings. Even Ion can admit the first week of the trial, and once Meg got on stand and lied, the tides were turning off of people were already changing their narratives. People were already cooking up, oh, Meg lied. It was a whole pivot that niggas were prepared to make. But while the Meg supporters were drawing up their new narrative, you had the Tory supporters, the academics of the world, you had the Milagros of the world jumping out the fucking window. You had them niggas low-key backpedaling to the end zone. They was high-stepping at the 50-yard line, and it was like Meg came and tackled them niggas and forced the fumble. It was like, honestly, I will say that I'm guilty of this too. That I feel like I lost a bit of my biasness and objectiveness in this case. And I jumped out the window thinking that Tory Lanez was going to get off.
Man, I thought I was going to celebrate for Christmas Tory Lanez getting off, my nigga. I had my whole post planned.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was bookmarking hoe ass niggas think pieces. And I was gonna do a thread of all the hoe ass niggas that was caping for Megan Thee Stallion, and when the thing was gonna be dropped, and there's gonna be say he was not guilty, I was gonna drop the thread of all these hoe ass niggas caping him. But you know what I seen? Somebody dropped the thread of all us hoe ass niggas caping for Tory.
Oh,
beautiful.
Listen, we did the right thing as men.